Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video where today we are going to be flashing my BMW 535i with an MHD wireless tuning adapter. Let's get right into it. So yes, we are tuning the 535i, and I will be completely honest, the car is already tuned. I have tuned it previously and it's just taken me a really long time to be able to make this video about the wireless tuning adapter. But today is the day, and today is also a very cold day. As a native Houstonian, I'm not very used to 9 degrees, feels like weather. It's pretty crazy and it's very icy and cold, and I'm not very used to this. So it's gonna be a very cold video for me, but hopefully you guys enjoy watching this. I'm going to be tuning this car, and I'm gonna be showing you how exactly you can tune your car with the MHD Universal Wireless Adapter. And I have to also say thank you very much to MHD Tuning for sending this out to me as a sponsor of today's video. MHD Tuning, go check them out with the link in the description so you can get yourself an MHD wireless tuning adapter and a license key. And also, for reference, I have the Super license, which gives me access to every single tuning map and every option that MHD offers. So I went with, of course, the Super license. So I get to go from stage 1 to stage 3 to pure, hybrid turbos or whatever. Everything I can do at the touch of a button with this. So without further ado, let's get in the car and see how this thing works. All right, so the plan is very simple. We're gonna get in the car and we're going to grab our MHD wireless tuning adapter. And by the way, I got mine on Burger Motorsports, and you can get yours on Burger Motorsports and help the channel as well if you use the link in the description. I'm an affiliate member of Burger Motorsports, so every purchase that you make will help this channel and will help fund new and awesome videos that you guys all hopefully enjoy watching. So I'm going to grab this and I'm gonna open it up, pull it out, and here we are. It's very simple. Of course, it's just an OBD adapter that plugs into your OBD. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to plug it in. You'll notice that I actually have a little bit of an extension for my OBD, just because it's a bit easier to access sometimes instead of having it way up there. So I'm going to plug mine in until I see a light. There we go. There's the light. Now it's plugged in and ready to connect. And so all that we're gonna do is very simple. We're gonna turn the ignition on. Make sure the ignition is on, not the car. Make sure you turn off all the lights and climate control, well, every AC component that you may have on. Turn that all off, you don't want any of that on. We're gonna open up our Wi-Fi settings, and you should see MHD eNet. I have eNet. If you have an older car, you may have, I believe, CAN. There's a lot of other different variations for MHD, but I have eNet, so I'm going to connect to MHD eNet 4EF4. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up the MHD app. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up MHD FNG. So I'm already logged in. If you have a login, you have to obviously, log in, press the orange button, log in. If you don't have an account, you have to create an account. But what you need is the license key. So whenever you go to MHD and you purchase a license key, that is the little, I think 6 or 7 digit around there, letters and numbers combination code that you put into your account to activate your license, because without that, you can't really do anything at all. So we're connected on the MHD map. You can see a bunch of options. We have tune, we have stock, so you can flash back to stock, remove all the power, but keep the options on it, which I think is pretty cool. You can update, generate an updated stock file. So if you have a tune and you want to update it a little bit, you can do it there. You can data log, you can read the codes, you can reset any adaptations, and you can adjust tune settings on the fly. This is what MHD has that their competition really just doesn't. They have such easy access to everything, to access the car, to read the codes, and to tune the car literally on the fly, switch maps and everything. It's amazing, and I really am very pleased with it. And by the way, MHD did not ask me to say anything positive or anything. This is a completely unbiased, honest review of their products. So please don't be expecting anything biased. This is just my honest opinion on the MHD flasher. So what we're gonna do, which is probably what most of us are gonna do, is I'm going to click on Flash an MHD map. And so here you can see all of the options that we have. There's quite a lot. Stage 0 is, MHD remains installed, the options remain, but the tune, the power for the most part is gone entirely. Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 2 Plus, Stage 2 Hybrid, and MHD MultiMap. Currently, I'm on an MHD Plus MultiMap because it's so awesome that I can have 4 different maps on the car and switch them all with this button right here. It's awesome. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to flash, for example, a stage 1 tune. This is the exact same process for all of them. So if I go for stage 1 or the MHD MultiMap, it's the same thing. So I'll be showing you guys me installing an MHD MultiMap, but it is the exact same process for an MHD stage 1 or stage 2, which is probably what most of us are gonna be going for. And by the way, I'm going stage 2 because I have a catless downpipe and I have a bunch of other supporting mods that are ready for it. Not stage 2 plus yet. I need an intercooler for that. Be on the lookout for that video. So whenever you have your desired tune chosen, just tap on it and it will contact the DME. So it turns out I wasn't actually logged in. I don't know why it logged me out. That's really strange. But if we go over to this tab now, you can see my licenses, and you can tap on your licenses and you can see what you have. And also it will tell you if your DME is ready to be tuned, because a lot of these newer BMWs, not mine, of course, it's 2013, but a lot of newer ones, I think around 2020 and 2021 and up, they have locked DMEs. So you have to find a way to unlock your DME, and MHD will tell you if you need to unlock your DME, which is very, very nice and very awesome. And then we can go back to flash an MHD map. So we're back in the tuning options. And of course, like I said, if you click stage 1 or anything, it's going to tell you this, and it's going to give you options. This is where it gets very fun, because when you click options, you get everything that you need and everything that you want and more. You get, you know, your anti-lag, MHD plus controls. You can apply linear throttle mapping. You can disable your auto start stop, which really sucks. I hate it personally. Your overrun wrap, like the M cars, where they go like after you let off the gas, which is such a cool sound. I love it. In the M4, it is such an intoxicating sound. So I have that on mine. Of course, it's not exactly the same as an M car, but it's pretty similar, and I think it's very fun to have. You can adjust your exhaust burble, you can adjust the aggression and the duration of it, cold start noise reduction. You can change, you know, high pressure fuel pump, if you have ignition coils, injectors, literally everything you can change right here. So you can configure it perfectly to your car to get the most out of it, squeeze the most power out of your car. And that's something that I really like about MHD, is that you can do that all as well on your phone. So like I said, I'm going to be flashing an MHD Stage 2 MultiMap, and that's only because this is what I already have and what I want to keep. So this is really awesome about the super licenses, that you get this, the MHD Plus MultiMap, so you can choose any stage that you want, stage 1, stage 2, or stage 2 plus, and you can choose the gas octane for each map. You get 4 maps. You can also choose the power that you get for each map, and you get to choose the burbles for each map. So if I click on this, you go to options, and of course I like, you know, anti-lag. I'm gonna have my boost all the way up to 12 psi. Linear throttle mapping is very nice. I like it very much. Aftermarket downpipe for the exhaust setup, because I do have a catless downpipe, RVG downpipe. It's amazing and I love it. It's so nice and it sounds amazing. I removed the top speed limiter, but I will not go over 55 miles per hour on a Texas road. I increased the iDrive power gauges just because I think it's pretty cool. So right here on the power gauges, it says 400 horsepower and 480 foot-pounds of torque. I just think it's pretty cool, a nice little touch. Motor start stop, I activated that because I hate it when I stop the car and when I'm in like Eco Pro or Comfort and it just turns off. I don't like that. So every time I turn the car on, this is deactivated by default, so I don't have to worry about start stop. Overrun wrap, I told you guys, I have it on long. You can of course change it to OEM or short. Which, by the way, also going back up, exhaust setup, you can have stock downpipes or aftermarket downpipes, and I personally, I wouldn't recommend going above stage 1 if you still have the stock downpipe. It's just not a good idea. The car's gonna make way too much power for it to have if it had a little converter still installed. So I would only go stage 2 like I am right now with a catless downpipe or a high flow catted downpipe. And so here is my exhaust burble. So I'm going to be messing around with some of the settings. The duration, you can add it on sport, and when it's not in sport, comfort and everything, I like to have it on the lowest setting whenever it's in the base, because I don't really want to be popping everywhere when I'm Eco Pro, kind of defeat the point of it. So I have that on 0. Duration on sport, I'm going to put it to the max. I just think it's kind of fun. You can change the overrun wrap I showed you. Aggressiveness, you can change it. There's 4 settings: OEM, soft, medium, and hard. Hard is very fun, but I have very restricted-ish mufflers, so I can't really hear it very much. So I go on hard just so I can compensate for the very restricted-ish mufflers. But of course, if you're straight piped or you don't have any mufflers or anything, even the soft might scare you a little bit. And I actually am going to be getting a different exhaust setup, so please stay tuned for that, guys. It's going to be a very awesome video. No more mufflers, more or less. Kind of. So minimum RPM, the maximum RPM where the pops will actually occur and where it will actually happen, the minimum speed and the maximum speed where it can happen. I just have everything put to both extremes, you know, because I like having all of this whenever I drive, you know, kind of like anywhere on the highway or, you know, at any RPM. I just think it's very fun to do. And of course, as for the exhaust burbles, if you want to hear what the exhaust burbles sound like, check the video right here in the corner of the video. And also, you could also go to the description, or you could just go to my channel and check out the latest exhaust uploads that I have, and I show you the difference between the soft, the medium, and the hard pops, just so you can get a feel for what you want on your BMW. Cold start noise reduction. Of course, I'm not a fan of that. I want to hear my car when it's cold starts. It's awesome, but if you don't like that, or if you have neighbors that you don't want to wake up or anything, you leave early in the morning, you have a loud car, this is a very good option to have so that it doesn't increase the revs on the cold start. It keeps it at idle. Exhaust flap always open in sport mode. I don't have flaps, but I have it on. Why not, I guess. Startup roar is very fun. On cold and warm starts, the car will increase the revs just for momentarily to give it that nice roar of a nice startup, and it sounds so good. Limit power by gear, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to limit my power, you know, for traction or anything. I I don't know. I just wanted to have it all out. Hardware support, this is very important if you guys have any supporting mods. T-map sensor, ignition coils, high pressure fuel pump, and injectors. I don't have any of these. I do have ignition coils, but not one of the options that they have. So for example, the T-map, you can go OEM or 3.5 bar. Ignition coils, OEM Precision Race or B58 ignition coils. I have Dynon ignition coils, but it's not really an option here, and I don't want to, you know, kind of assume that one is similar to the other, just in case the ECU reads it differently and, you know, something happens. High pressure fuel pump, I do not have a high pressure fuel pump, but if you do, you have a lot of options here. Injectors installed, I don't have injectors. Maybe I will, and if I do, I'll probably get one of these maybe, because I actually want to be able to take advantage of my MHD tuning software. Coolant target, this is very awesome. You can change how quickly the coolant flows around the engine. With this, you can put it stock, sport, or track. Obviously, it will use more gas and it will be a lot louder, but if you have to drive, you know, hard aggressively like a track day or something, or an autocross on a hot day, this is a very good option to have, so you can increase the cooling on your car without really needing to upgrade the cooling per se. Port injection and meth, if you're running meth injection, then you can click this, which is pretty awesome. You can reset and freeze flash counter to 1. I'll be completely honest, I don't really know what that means. And yeah, those are pretty much all the options that you have here. Since I'm gonna do the multi-map, I can click on the bottom here. You can see it has main, map 2, map 3, and map 4. If I go to map 2, you can adjust that for map 2, map 3, and map 4. You can do the same thing for all of them, kind of the same thing that we just went over, but just the burbles is what you can change on each map, and of course the power is limited if you want it to be limited. On map 1, 2, and 3, I have 100% power, and on map 4, I have 60% power. So it will literally cut the amount of power that you have with stage 2 by 60%, or stage 1 by 60%, whatever you wish, and you can slide it up and down. You can get 100%, you can go down all the way to 60%, and that's what I have. That's my completely eco-conservation, you know, long trip, I don't really want any power kind of mode, and it's awesome that I can change everything with this button right here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it. After going through the options, which we already did, the option save, by the way, which is very awesome, all you do is click map right. And so you're going to notice the car is going to go a little bit crazy. The car is going to go a little bit crazy. It's going to restart the ECU. And yes, I wrapped my trim, and I know it looks pretty bad here. I know, guys. I'm going to remove it and redo it. Please don't make fun of me. I know it looks really bad right now. But the car right now is flashing the ECU. It's around 70% done right now. And it's very quick after you've done it a few times. First time it might take more or less around 10 or 15 minutes, which is not bad at all though. That, of course, here we go. Of course, we have a lot of errors. We have a bunch of errors, but it is clearing the codes. And that's it. That's it. That's literally it. Your car is tuned. Of course, like I said, I've already tuned my car, so this is going to be a little bit faster. But the first time you do it, it should be no more than around 10 minutes. I think for me, it was around 7 minutes, which is very, very not bad, actually. If you're just sitting in your driveway tuning your own car, that's pretty awesome, right? You only have to wait 7 minutes, and then you can go drive off with some more power. You just downloaded power from an email. That's the coolest thing ever. I don't know. I just really love that. And with MHD, you can do all of that on your phone. So we're going to wait around 30 seconds. You can see everything is nice and, you know, off here. So what I like to do personally is I like to get out of the car. I like to close the door and I like to lock it. You don't have to, of course. This is just what I like doing. And so now after a while we've waited, we can open it up. You can get in. You can optionally remove that or keep it on if you want to tune it a little bit later, and just turn it on and see what it's like. And so the car has been tuned. If we go ahead and we look at the phone and everything, you can see that it's been successful. We can go back. That's it. Your car is tuned. It's very simple. This isn't just for the F10 535i. This is for, you know, all BMWs that MHD supports. They vary, you know, more or less differently, depending on the car and the model and the engine and everything and the options that you can have. As for this car and for this video, that's it. Please consider subscribing and smash that like button, guys. Check out the like button. It actually glows now whenever you say smash that like button. I think that's super cool. So yeah, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and that will always help pump out more videos for you guys to enjoy. And yes, I hope you enjoy them, of course. But as for this video, like I said, that's pretty much it. The car is tuned. You guys can go ahead and drive your car now. I've already driven mine, so I can't give you, you know, a fake reaction or anything. I don't want to do that. I'd rather be genuine and just tell you that it's a difference. It's a very big difference. Stage 1, very big difference. You really feel it. Stage 2, even more. It's awesome. And I have the pneumatic wastegate. If you have the electronic wastegate, you get even more power from your N55, which is super cool. Stage 2, I think, is around 400 horsepower, which is just mind-blowing. Stage 2 for pneumatic wastegate, right now, I have around 370 to the crank. But that's not bad at all. And this thing kind of moves. Even though it's pretty heavy, it's a 5 Series, it moves. This is very awesome. But again, I want to thank MHD, and I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope to catch you all in the next one. Take care.